Good morning, friends. Ann here. Got my cup of coffee, got the Word of God, and today's reading is from 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 26. Friends, let's read it and then we'll talk about it. It says this: "For every time you eat this bread and drink this cup, you are announcing the Lord's death until he comes again." Friends, this week we are talking about the sacrament of communion, and we're looking at it through the lens of what does it really say and what do we really do whenever we take communion. So today in this verse, we are looking at communion from a little bit of a different perspective. Oftentimes people talk about how communion is a remembrance of what Christ has done, and that is completely true. But notice in this verse, Paul goes further and says, yes, this is something to remember, but it is also a reason for hope. Notice that he says this: "You are announcing the Lord's death until he comes again." Friends, communion not only just allows us to look back, but it allows us to look forward. As I was looking in my Bible and really thinking about this, I found a quote that I had written down from some commentary somewhere. It says this: "Remembrance is not a mere recollection. It is a spirit-empowered proclamation of Christ's once-for-all sacrifice, making past redemption present to worshipers and declaring it until he comes again." Friends, this kind of remembering isn't just, oh, isn't that sweet? I remember when Jesus died for me. But it is a hope-filled declaration. Every time we take in that bread and that cup, we are declaring that this is what we know to be true until Christ comes again. Friends, communion is both memorable and hopeful. It both looks in the past at what Christ has done and looks forward in the future to what Christ still has yet to do. So friends, as you receive communion over the next couple of weeks, maybe even over the next couple of days, take that anew and remind yourself that in the taking of that, you are proclaiming what is memorable and what is hopeful. Have a good day.